Hello and welcome again to another room here on TryHackMe. We're gonna look at the one called Subdomain Enumeration. Now this is not a new machine, this is an old machine. It's 353 days old and almost 35,000 users is in this room. Right, so it's just one of those that I'm, thinking is very good to just get laid out so we can gather all different kind of knowledges in one big group. Eventually, I'm gonna have the learning path, junior pen testing also, and I can create a playlist for that, so it's easier for me to show. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start my TryHackMe. Let me see where I have it. There we go. Oh yeah. I have this weird connection at the moment. Yeah, why not? So it's the one here in the top. No. Try one more time to copy paste. That is, of course, really difficult. Alright, so rock. Basically, the first questions is all about what is a subdomain enumeration? Well, that is brute force. So let's copy paste this. What is the subdomain enumeration method beginning with an O? Well, that is OSINT, Open Source Intelligence. And what is the one beginning with V as a version host? So this is my answer. Alright, so that's it for this first one here. The next one is SSL or TLS certificate. Now, they talk about when SSL or TLS secure socket layer, transport layer security certificate is created for domain by the CA certificate authority. CA takes a part in what called certificate transparency CA's locks. Wow, the words. These are publicly accessible logs of every SSLTLS certificate created for a domain name. The purpose of certificate transparency logs is to stop malicious or accidentally made certificates from being used. We can use this service to our advantage to discover subdomains belonging to the domain. Sites like crt.sh or and trans, a lot of words, I'm not going to say those, offer a searchable database of certificates that shows current and historical results. We're gonna try something funny. Say certificates 10 times really fast. For me, it's kind of difficult, but maybe not for you. So we're gonna go to this page here. So I'm gonna open it. It's opening right here, and gonna search for the domain tryhackme.com. Try and find the entry of 2020 12/26 and enter the domain name below to answer the question. Let's put it in search. So it's at 2021. Let me see. Can I just copy this here and say, yeah, there we have it. So that's a lot of them actually, quite a lot. So what do they want me to do? What domain it was locked on? So if that's gonna be the store one, I guess the first entry is my guess, which is true. So this is a way to find subdomains, so which is also what the room is all about. So the search engine contain trillions of links to more than 1 billion of websites, which can be excellent resource for finding new subdomains. Using advanced search methods to websites like Google, such as the site and colon filter, can narrow down the search result even more. So, for example, you go ahead like site.domain.com and site stardomain.com will only contain results leading to domain name domain.com, but exclude any links to domain.com. Therefore, it shows only the subdomains belonging to domain.com. So if we go to Google and search for this, I don't think this dash is needed, but it's there, so let's just go ahead and do what they say. If I remove the dash, what happens? I get more TryHackMe links. So maybe that means only subdomains. Yeah. Whoa, I have a lot of results here. Let me just close some of this. Alright, so let's close this as well. What is this, the TryHackMe subdomain begin with B, discovering using the Google search. Now we found one called block, so let's take the one called block. Let's just type it. TryHackMe.com. Alright, another way. Here's brute force. Now we can read the site here, I guess. There's a tool called DNS Recon. We can just run this right here if we need to do that, and it's gonna try and brute force its way to find different kind of subdomains for this particular ACME support using a brute force list. So we're just basically trying to find different one. What is the first domain found? Well, this is the one. So API. Let's copy this. So brute forcing is a nice way many times to find some results, but it can also be kind of devastating for the server, because on the server it can affect the service in a way that is not intentional, and it could in theory set up different kind of alarms that's gonna bring you down. So it's not the best way to do it, but another one here. We're gonna run the tool here. So this is called the sublister automation. Using sublister to speed up the process of OSINT subdomain discovery, we can automate the above method with the help of tools like sublister. Click on the view button, blah blah blah. Click the sublister simulation to discover a new subdomain that will help answer the question. What is the first subdomain found? Well, this is the one, and basically that is what we found. So I haven't really tried this before, but it's looking for it, from what I see here. I'm just analyzing. Never tried the full tool before. I guess it just looks in different search engines, and then look for different kind of ways, results. Sorry, for different domains, and then get back to you and say I found this. So yeah, virtual host is the last one here. It's a little longer one, so let's go ahead and read it. It says some subdomains aren't always hosted in publicly accessible DNS results, such as development versions or web application administration portals. Instead, the DNS record could be kept on a private DNS server or recorded on the developer's machine in their etc host file. Or for example, on Windows, it's going to be Windows system drivers etc host for Windows users, which maps domain names to IP addresses. Because web servers can host multiple websites from one server, when a website is requested from a client, the server knows which website the client wants from the host header. We can utilize this host header by making changes to it and monitoring the response to see if it discovered a new site. That is true. Like with DNS brute force, we can automate this process using word lists of commonly used subdomains. Start an attack box and then try the following command against the ACME whatever blah, blah. Now I think I could take this here, and because I have my own machine, I want to just see. I don't know if I have FOF, to be honest. I have FOF? So I could take this command, and it show me doesn't have an error. What is that error? Probably because of the sec list, which is there on mine. No. Let me just see. Is it sec lists? Discovery, DNS, name list, text. That is where mine is, so it's fine. So now it's running, and it's trying to discover, you know, a lot of. This is gonna take a long time. It's 151,000 domains. The above uses the we switch to specify the going through the age to switch on the host. Yes. How far is it? It'll take a while, I guess. Because the above command will also produce valid results, we need to filter the results. So it would seem that we need to stop this now and do a. So what exactly does it say? When we can do this by using the page size result with the fs switch, edit the command below, replacing the size with the most occurring size value from the previous result. So the most occurring size values are 2, 3, 9, 5. So I should take all this now and say 2, 3, 9, 5, and then go one back here and say this is not sec list, there we go. And that should ease up all the results a bit. If I understood this correctly, of course, never used the tool, so. And it found one called API, which is the first subdomain discovered was not the one we found. I can write it, but it wanted me to give five letters. So really, maybe I made a flaw. So what did it tell? The command of similar syntax, which tells FOF to ignore any results that are specified size. So delta, it could be the one. It was, well, it's not the first one. It was the second one for my case, but you know, no one is perfect. So it is just the specified size we need to, because when we look up here, you know, all of them were like 2395, 2395. So basically, we're just gonna say that is not the interesting result, so we're gonna exclude that. Now this is gonna take a while, I guess. Not the most interesting part to look at, so I'm gonna and the results come. Alright, so it was kind of almost the last result, yellow. So let's just write that. So this is how it is. Sometimes you just need to go through the whole list and then, well, I found a second one API. Anyways, you know, who cares? Room itself is kind of easy, nothing crazy about it. It's just important to know when you're doing subdomain enumeration, what is your possible ways to do that, and these are very good ways. So I think, you know, they did a really good job here in TryHackMe, and you know, I also learned some things. I'm not really, you know, I'm not working as a pen tester. I am not a pen tester, but I know many things about it, and I love to do pen testing with TryHackMe. I think it's a fun thing, and I think it's more important to know, you know, all the small different tasks that is maybe ignored, because it could be the one subdomain that contains some beta tool that held a vulnerability, and that vulnerability could be, you know, used in some way or misused or exploited. And then, you know, you could basically gain access to the server in some way. So please don't forget about subdomain enumeration. If you like the video, please consider subscribing to my video, click the bell for notifications and all that. You know all the things I say. So just, well, as usual, see you again next time. Have a nice day.